All right, Senator Rand Paul being branded by the liberal media as President Trump's top stooge. But since when is siding with the president such a bad thing? Joining us right now to react is Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. Senator, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So New York Magazine says that you're Trump's most loyal stooge because while other members of your party have some opposition to Mr. Trump, you seem to want to actually try to advance his agenda.
You know, the haters are going to hate. What are you going to do? But what I would say is actually the evidence is quite to the contrary. I'm probably one of the most independent senators on the Hill. I work with Democrats. I work with Republicans. If I like what the president's doing, and I think a lot of what he's doing is good, I'm happy to support it. I'm not embarrassed to support conservative policies. But I was also the only Republican that voted against a budget that would have added $9 trillion in new debt. So I'm hardly someone who's afraid to tout the party line.
Well, it was probably just clickbait. They put it up there and we clicked on it and you just answered it. Thank you, sir. Meanwhile, you were with us about 10 days ago to talk about your Senate Bill 222, which is the Obamacare Replacement Act. What's the status on that right now?
You know, I think it's gaining momentum. The House Freedom Caucus, which is 40 of the most conservative congressmen, have endorsed it, and that's a big deal. And they've introduced a version of that. Congressman Sanford from South Carolina has introduced a version in the House. Now we have ours in the Senate. And I think conservatives are coalescing around the idea that we don't want Obamacare light. The House Freedom Caucus, myself, other conservatives have said we want complete repeal of Obamacare. That's what we voted on a year ago. Let's do it again. Let's do complete repeal, and let's do a separate replacement package that's not another big government program, but is market reforms that will bring down the price of insurance.
Sure. What do you make of some criticism from the left, and in fact from certain members on the right as well, that the Republicans have been trying to get rid of Obamacare? Now they're on the verge of being able to do something about it, but they don't have a plan. You've actually got a plan, and some other guys and gals do too, right?
Well, not only do we have a plan, many aspects of our plan have been around for 20 or 30 years. At least half of my replacement bill was taken from some of Tom Price's legislation, which is why we think the administration will support it. It's basically three things: legalize the sale of all kinds of insurance, including inexpensive insurance, allow health savings accounts with a tax credit so people can save. They can spend it on their deductible, their premium, their copay, weight loss, vitamins, exercise. And then the final aspect of the plan is to let individuals join an association. What really worries people, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, conservative, or liberal, is that someone in your family will get sick and that the insurance company will drop you or raise your rates. If everybody were allowed to join an association, that would never happen again, and people would get less expensive insurance also. Interesting.
What about some of the other things that people like with Obamacare, where if you have a pre-existing condition, you'd be covered, and also it would allow parents to have their children on to age 26. Is that one of the ideas behind it as well?
On the age 26, that would probably either stay or go under the repeal aspect, not the replacement aspect. I suspect that's probably going to stay. On the pre-existing condition, if you let people buy insurance after they become sick, if they won't buy it when they're healthy and then they buy it when they're sick, that is a death spiral that Obamacare is in now. We let people sign up for 2 years, and during that 2-year period, sick people will be able to sign up, but then you have to keep insurance because we can't have people going in and out of the market, because that really leads to an untenable business model.
All right, well, let's see what happens in the Senate. Senator Rand Paul, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, moving on, changing